Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Right, we're gonna
clap
sync.
Good. 3, 2, 1.
Right, again.
3, 2. Beautiful.
Right. Hello and welcome to the PamfCast.
Number 2.
I'm Jamie and
I'm Keen.
yes,
And he's Jamie.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they know that. Yeah.
Every week. Every 2 weeks. Because we can't keep time.
Oh yeah.
Or organise anything.
Yeah, we never can. Okay, so this week we don't have a plan. The PamfCast has just been put up. Last week we actually had, a laptop and we had a few things written down of what we wanted to talk about. This week we have coffee.
Yeah. Coffee is... I think coffee's a better plan. Because no matter what we talk, coffee just kind of brings out the best in us.
Oh yeah. I know what we can bring up.
Can I just point out one thing?
Yeah,
and I just hope this zooms in on me.
Go on.
If you drink coffee any way other than black, you are scum. And then I continue.
Alright, anyway. There's something me and King can both talk about. The Punisher. We lost the prop. The Punisher.
Yeah, The Punisher. I can talk about the entire series.
I can talk about the first 9 episodes.
So, Jamie's currently sans internet.
Yeah.
That's French for you people out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Yeah.
But,
sorry for the mild racism.
Mild racism?
Yeah, mild. Are
it's not
French
even-
a race? No,
I think
they're a
it's
nationality.
I think it's just stereotypical.
Yeah, stereotypes. Sorry for the stereotypes.
I'm not.
Right, go ahead.
But, we've been looking forward to The Punisher for how long?
Oh, was it a year?
Yeah, at least a year.
Yeah.
So basically, the way it's really funny is because the Punisher and kind of Daredevil kind of brought us together last year.
Yes.
Which was Jamie. I'm very into comics, and I have been for years. I have a huge shelf of It's not just comics. It's comics in the plastic bags.
Yeah.
Wait. With boards in them.
Well.
Because I had far too much time and not enough friends.
Oh yeah, I know.
But
yeah, we started watching. You
watched.
I watched Daredevil, and then I got you to watch Daredevil,
yeah.
and then
I went back and watched Jessica Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Then Luke Cage, and then the other one. Actually, no, I watched Daredevil season 2 then.
Yeah,
which is kind of the Punisher. Punisher is one of my favorite comics and comic book characters.
I've never read a Punisher comic, but I've read a Spider-Man comic with the Punisher in it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're the best.
Oh man,
it's very like what Deadpool is to me. He's an anti-hero. He's funny, ironically.
Yeah.
And it's a bit gritty and very edgy. Mm-hmm. And I really like skulls.
I can tell. Keen's into a lot of rock and old school stuff.
Yeah. So like skulls.
Yeah, skulls.
But so yeah, Punisher came out.
Oh man, I can't, like, the minute you say Punisher, I see the intro, and the intro is just okay. Some context. Me and Keen have been waiting for the Punisher since Defenders ended. We had Iron Fist before that. Keen was disappointed. I was.
Stop. We just have to. If you have never seen Iron Fist, and thank God you haven't, I can sum it up in like 2 sentences.
Right, I really want to hear this, Keen.
Or maybe 3.
I'm giving you free rein. Go.
You must protect us. I am the Iron Fist. You must protect us. I cannot. You must protect us. I am the Iron Fist and cannot. That's all the story is. It's stupid. I hate it. He's boring. He's repetitive. And if I hear the immortal Iron Fist one more time, I'm going to stick my immortal Iron Fist through his immortal Iron Head.
Hey, okay. I see your criticism, and it's fair. However,
that is not very ninja-like of you. Please restrain yourself.
I am Denny Rand. Okay. I liked the other character, Ward.
Ward was pretty good.
I liked Ward. I liked a lot of other characters. I didn't hate Danny Rand, even though everyone else did.
That's fine.
I had one problem with him. He's the Iron Fist, and he can't fight for shit. He always gets his ass handed to him. But like when you see Daredevil, who's a blind ninja, he beats the shit out of everyone. So
I will say, my favorite moment from any of the series. Well, one of my favorites at least. I can't remember. What's the dad's name? Ward's dad.
Oh, it's something Meacham. Howard Meacham. Howard Meacham. Yeah.
When he caves a guy's skull in with an ice cream scoop is one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah.
I don't like vanilla. You what?
Remember. He came in, he's like, hey, Kyle.
Kyle, that was his name.
I realised I was a bit bad. Here's some ice cream. He's like, I got a lot of flavours. Do you have any vanilla? Oh, what was that? What was that? Yeah, it was just no. He's
It was
the
good.
weirdest character I've ever seen.
Kyle or Howard?
No, not Kyle. Kyle's he's a good guy. He's dead now. But Howard, he's the
He
weirdest
gets
character
stuffed in the
ever.
fish tank, which was also great.
Do you remember the scenes with his daughter Joy, and he had the whiskey bottle and he
They
smashed
were
it?
okay.
Were you
that was
nervous while watching? It's like, are you gonna kill her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like I will say it had the best dramatic atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but the thing is, if it's going to be a drama, go for drama. Yeah. Don't try and put in fighting. I thought all the characters were really like contrived as well.
Yeah, it's like some context as well. I'm saying context again because people need context.
Cultural context.
Vision and viewpoint. Okay, so we had Daredevil season 1. The villain was Wilson Fisk. It was beautiful. Okay, Vincent D'Onofrio ruined Wilson Fisk for one reason. He's the best one. He's the best one. No one can come up.
Oh, it's like Mark Hamill's Joker, obviously.
Yeah.
Jared Leto's Joker. Mwah!
Moving on. I don't even want to get into it. Jessica Jones. She's an amazing actress. All the supporting cast were good. David Tennant, come on, the villain. Then you had Daredevil season 2. John Bernthal, that's all I need to say. And then
No.
I need a place for this.
We're going to use this more. John Bernthal.
Yes.
What a man. Wasn't that?
Oh my god. Okay,
wait.
We'll get to the Punisher. We'll get to
the Jason Bernthal, obviously.
Jason Bernthal? What?
John, yeah, I know.
John Bernthal.
I was messing up.
Okay. It was a joke, but alright.
It's a bad joke.
Okay, well, no.
I saw him in a movie recently that I've talked to you about.
Yeah.
The Accountant.
Yeah. Is that thing with Ben Affleck?
Yes. So Ben Affleck plays an autistic kid who becomes an assassin.
Yeah.
Go figure. Connor.
Yeah.
It's a friend of ours. Anyway, John Bernthal.
All I'll say is Borger. Borger. All right.
John Bernthal plays. I can't tell it. Anyway, John Bernthal plays a bad guy in that, and he's completely different. Yeah. Like seeing him with the. It's a very different haircut. It's like in between Shane and.
Yeah. We get to Shane in a sec. Yeah. But yeah, what were you saying?
It's in between Shane and Frank Castle.
Yeah.
And his voice is really high. Like his voice is really high pitched, and it was completely weird for me to watch.
So yeah, because Frank Castle or John Bernthal, everything he does is always just, "Oh, thank you, ma'am," or it's just like, it's just like, "I don't think you protect your kids, Rick," or something like Shane, The Walking Dead season 1
I've
and 2.
seen 3 seasons of The Walking Dead.
Shane died at the end of season 2.
Spoilers.
You just said you watched 3 seasons.
Yeah, no. I haven't watched them in a while.
If you haven't seen season 1 and 2 of The Walking Dead,
we need to stick up like a huge spoiler warning before all of these.
Spoiler warning right here.
Yes, because it's relevant now.
Yeah, no.
Walking Dead is very good.
What'd you think of Shane in The Walking Dead?
A lot of people hate him because he's a horrible character, but I think he's acted pretty well.
Have you read
the first 4 episodes?
Have you read Shane in the comics?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
Shane in the comics is a far more human.
Yeah, but I think he dies very quickly. In the comics, he does. Like he's in the. It feels like it's the start of season 1. He's in the forest with Rick, and Carol goes, "Don't!" Or what was it? "Get away from my dad!" And he shoots him. Yeah.
It's like he seems a lot more human, but also a lot more sinister. So he's more villainy.
Yeah.
I think in the comic, it's supposed to be very cut and dry. Like he is a bad guy. Please understand he is bad. Do not feel bad for him.
He's dead.
But in the show, I think I want to drag this back into Iron Fist. You can't show everyone just being good or bad because it just ruins it because you're being spoon fed what you should think.
Yeah.
Which I think is just bad in all cases. Bring that back into Defenders, and you the point that you made earlier was Daredevil had Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
It didn't have Pinhead.
Kingpin. Kingpin. Yeah.
It had Wilson Fisk. Obviously, he gets called Kingpin in the second season a little bit, but no one outright just calls him the Kingpin.
Exactly.
In Jessica Jones, he was called by his name, and I can't...
Kilgrave. Isn't he Purple Man?
Purple Man, yeah. Luke Cage, everyone's called, bar Diamond back, but that's towards the end.
I love Mike Cutler, who plays Luke Cage. He's just the best.
He's just a
sweet Christmas. You what?
I'm sorry you didn't say it more in The Defenders, but that was because he said it so much.
Yeah, and then you had Claire in Iron Fist saying loads of it,
Iron Fist, yeah. So yeah, go to Iron Fist, so everyone else has had this really normal feel, like really like down-to-earth, like human aspect to it. And then you have the Iron Fist where everything's magical and it takes you so out of it because it's trying to be... gritty and realistic
Yeah,
with the
but
bits that aren't magical.
You
and then
have
it goes to
scenes,
the magical
you
bits.
have
and
scenes
you're
in
just like,
Chinatown, and then it's like Danny fighting a dragon in a flashback. Yeah, it's confusing. Yeah,
it's not like obviously the plot's laid out pretty well. It's very linear.
It's easy to watch.
It's easy to watch, but it confuses me why it's trying to be uber realistic, which every other season has done, and then it just cuts to dragons. Now, I know obviously in the world of Marvel there is dragons, and that's how he got his powers, and I know they have to explain that, but it's stupid.
I think it's only fair that if we're ripping on Iron Fist, Danny Rand played by Finn Jones. Finn Jones is an amazing actor.
Yeah,
But I don't think it's his fault for some of the problems. I think it's the writing.
Yeah, no, the writing was
like Finn Jones in like Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
He was great in Game of Thrones, as in he played Loras. You haven't seen it, but like he was very good in it. And
I've seen the character. I haven't said funny. Again, I haven't watched all of Game of Thrones.
But Finn Jones is a great actor, and he puts so much effort into Danny Rand. I think maybe it's just the writers need to do more.
I will say he feels like he's a method actor. Like he really got into the role, and you can see that especially with John Bernthal as well. Is they really get into their roles.
John Bernthал's commitment is just something.
We just
else.
have more pictures of his face, just because
John
I like his
Bernthal,
face.
Here, get the hipster one. I love John Bernthal.
I was feeling like I was a bit too hipster, man. But no, I genuinely think it's the writing, which is very odd because I think the writing, I suppose the writing hasn't always been top notch, but it's always been humble.
Yeah,
because
they're not trying to be the Avengers. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to do their own thing, which I think really just makes it work. Especially in Daredevil's case and Jessica Jones's case.
I think the two best ones are definitely Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, because Jessica Jones, you have a very like downtrodden, very salt of the earth. Same with Luke Cage. Like they're very, again, I'm going to say humble. They're
and
very,
they both have like severe psychological disorders.
Do you mean everyone?
Yeah, I know. But, like. you get a lot of time on it. Like Jessica Jones, she has PTSD from Kilgrave. With Luke Cage, it's sort of like PTSD.
So Luke Cage has PTSD
of becoming Luke Cage.
Jessica Jones has PTSD from Kilgrave.
Yeah.
Iron Fist has PTSD from leaving Kunlun. Daredevil has PTSD
from
of
his dad
everything.
dying. His dad elected.
Punisher has PTSD from the wars.
Yeah. So you know, I love like, by the way, there's going to be stuff while we're going through this. Like, we don't have to point to it every time we talk about something. But Charlie Cox is the best Daredevil I have ever seen. Because
as opposed to Ben Affleck.
We've had two of them, Ben Affleck and Charlie Cox. But he's just so good. Like, it's not just him as Daredevil. I think he really does a great job of making Daredevil and Matt Murdock be the same person. Opposed to, say, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
I was just going to say that.
Where one minute he's like, Mary Jane, the other minute he's Spider-Man like this. Here's your change, you know, like it works.
Yeah, I honestly think there's like all of them have very good aspects. So like Matt Murdock and Daredevil are one person for Charlie Cox. Like I think that's fantastic. I love that part. Jessica Jones rips on the idea of wearing a costume, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
So that's kind of throwing out the idea of this kind of like superhero status. Same with Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, he wore his costume as well when in
when
that flashback. Yeah, and it was cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
But what I think is that they all have great actors. Even Finn Jones, and John Bernthal, and all the villains have great actors. I think. Oh, what's his name? The one from this season. His name's Jigsaw, and I can't remember his real name.
What was it? The guy with the eye, or was it
from
Frank's
Punisher,
friend?
From Punisher.
Frank's friend.
Frank's friend.
Oh fuck. How do I not know his name? The main villain sort of guy in Punisher. Villain. Ex-friend.
Person.
Careful, episode 9.
Billy something.
I was gonna say Loomis, but that's Scream.
I was gonna say Billy Lee, but that's.
Well, anyway, the main guy from Punisher. Yeah, he's deadly. He's
a really good actor.
I think every actor in The Punisher is just top notch, especially one of my John Bernthal, without question, is the best actor in the show. Yeah. But
best boy.
I don't know his real name, but I really liked.
No, just.
Yeah. I really liked
Madani. Madani was great actor.
Micro he's so good.
Have you gotten to the part where they're talking about
where they first met their wives?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that last night. It's the funniest thing ever, especially when Micro turns around.
I'm hung like a moose.
Yeah. And like that was the relationship Punisher and Micro are supposed to have. Oh. You know, they can't just be like, hey Spook, Come on, we gotta kill.
Or as you've been saying for the last week, Spud.
I don't know why I keep saying Spud, but yeah.
It's because the scene when he first says, "You're all right, Spook," was when they're in the back of the van. He's like moving stuff, so it kind of sounds like he said Spud, but he's a spook.
No, I think that's just my own weirdness, man.
Yeah, I know. That's all down to your PTSD.
Yeah.
Potato farms.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, I think it's a great series. Also, this is something that Jamie noticed and I noticed as well. Do you remember when I brought up these two things?
Yeah.
So up here we have an old school Ford, which the white one, which Madonna was driving, and then down here we have a Ford Type car that Frank was driving, in, like episode 6 or whatever.
And it was
it was
in the fucking show, and it was a week before we watched it because it came out. Didn't it come out Punisher weekend? As in our first podcast.
So like that came out and then that Friday.
Yeah.
So that's mad.
That was such a coincidence. I remember you saying that next day. I was like, holy shit.
No, because it was really funny because they're obviously they're supposed to show kind of like the dynamic of what they are, but also to get the Punisher into the Punisher van, which I think is brilliant.
Can we talk about the first minute of the show? Because me and Keen...
One match, two match.
Me and Keen, we were going out to an open day or something.
Yeah.
And we were like... We were just going for coffee.
Yeah.
And Keen said, okay, let's watch the first minute of Punisher. And I went, no, wait till I go home or something like that.
So I just take out my phone, I just put on Netflix and just like lean it against the coffee cup and we watched the first...
And I shut up instantly because I couldn't... It was the first minute. I remember the first minute.
It was basically like...
And it was the best possible minute ever because it went from Frank on the guitar to the coolest opening ever. Punisher and Punisher van. One batch, two batch, penny and a dime.
Yeah, and he just runs over people.
I cheered, like, it was like, oh my god!
Yeah, you got real hard. And then I just had to turn it off because I knew we'd stay there for the day instead of actually going to all this stuff.
Fair.
The thing that I really... it was probably the worst part of the series for me, which was they changed the song from Metallica's One. I'm a huge Metallica fan. They changed it from One, which was really cool in the trailers. You know, ding, 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 ding. That was really cool. I loved it. I was real hyped. And then it changes to some other song. I don't know the song. It's a good song. Really disappointed it wasn't Metallica's One.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a great thing for me is first they had Come As You Are, Nirvana's Come As You Are for the Defenders. And now they have Metallica's One. I'm just like... flip side of that, I was really disappointed it wasn't in the trailers. Also really disappointed, I was looking up the song to watch it on YouTube, or listen to it on YouTube, because I don't have Spotify Premium.
Yeah.
And I look up where Metallica's One, and it's like the video, which is really cool. It's taken from an old school black and white movie, and it's very good. You then have the lyrics video. It's also really good. It's just normal. And then you have Punisher trailer song in parentheses Metallica's One, and I'm just there like, this annoys me far beyond belief.
Yeah, I get you. Can we just say as well, the writers of pretty much all of the Netflix Marvel. They have really good taste in music. Yeah. They fucking do. Like, sorry for my language, by the way. I'm gonna start bleeping myself.
I really want to go in and just like put in like little bleeps, but have you just saying bleep, just take
okay,
just take that, just put it over every time you swear.
We need a swear jar. Anyway,
no, I do not have enough money for that.
I know. I can't stop. Anyway, I remember when Defenders first trailer came out. It was 2016 Comic-Con, or it could have even been earlier than that. Daredevil Season 2 just dropped. We were waiting on Luke Cage. We had no idea when we were going to see Defenders. We got just like an animatic trailer sort of thing with Come As You Are on. And it was beautiful. And I was like, it would be great if that was going to be something in the show. And all the trailers had the song. And like Punisher, when it actually came out, it wasn't in it.
Yeah, no, that was...
I don't think that's a bad thing, because we see a lot of it in the trailer, so you want something
new, fresh.
Yeah.
Something I really liked, and again, it's very good song choice. Marilyn Manson's Fatal, Faithless, Fated. It's when he's homeless again. He's sitting on the kind of like boardwalk.
Wait, what? Is that a spoiler?
No. He's not homeless again. He's just out, kind of thing.
I think so. I don't know. There's a lot of episodes.
There's a lot of episodes.
There's a lot. I don't know.
Anyway, it's a really good it's just kind of rocky and poppy, but it's done in acoustic and it's very nice. Also, it made me listen to a lot more Marilyn Manson, which good or bad.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I thought Defenders was very good. Although I had one.
I'm just going to say it again. I just don't like Iron Fist. He's badly written. He's too magical.
I think there is literally only one problem with Defenders season 1.
Too short.
That's one problem. So we have 2 problems. I think the main problem is Danny Rand shouldn't have had such a main role in the show. As in, I think it should have been. In my opinion, Sigourney Weaver is a fantastic film, but I don't think
she got a horrible send off. Like honestly. Okay, here's the thing. I know they have to pay like a huge cast of actors, but the thing is, I thought Daredevil season, both Daredevils ran on an episode or two too long. Like to be honest, like if you could have trimmed off a lot of fluff.
Yeah, at the end of Daredevil, you sort of feel like, when's it gonna end?
Yeah, it's just kind of like, lads, come on. But so there's that. You then have Jessica Jones. Think you could have trimmed off the last episode and put it. Can
I just say I was very disappointed at the end of Jessica Jones. I do not. Sorry, this is a spoiler head. I do not think Kilgrave should have died, and in such a shit way as well. She just broke his neck. I think he should. David Tennant is one of my favorite actors because of Doctor Who.
I don't think he's dead, by the way.
I hope he comes back. You know, he is coming back, but he's going to come back as in with her PTSD.
Yeah.
As in, he was spotted on set, but a lot of people are saying, because she still has her problems, he's going to be there. I want the real Kilgrave back.
Yeah, the thing... There is a case to be made that he just made them think he was dead.
Yeah.
Which is all I can say for it. I kind of hope not. Because it kind of opens up a whole new set of problems. Because that means she's impervious. Or she's very... pervious. That's not a word, but hey. Like,
I don't know, like, it's just...
But
I really hope they can bring him back as Kilgrave and not as a...
ghost.
Yeah, not as a ghost. It would be better, you know? He's too good of an actor to waste.
Okay, I'm just going to keep going, though. Luke Cage. Thought it ended perfectly. I actually was...
Luke Cage ended really well.
I think it had enough episodes. I think it filled them up incredibly. Technically, if that was a Daredevil season, I think it would be 2 seasons, because you have the first... the government lady. Wow, I'm great with names. It's been a while. And then the Diamondback story. But then they were just like, no, do them together. And it was great.
It worked. As in, I
There's
thought...
a lot of content, but it was just perfect.
I loved the slow development of Luke Cage. As in, he started off going the pop. I'm not coming back. I'm not going to start helping people. I'm just going to be sweeping floors, you know, Luke Cage. And then eventually he got whacked into it with working with Cottonmouth.
That was his name.
Cottonmouth, yeah. And eventually he got the suit. Like, remember he had his really good suit on, not like a comic suit. It was actual proper suit. He was walking around, and it was just. I really liked how they developed him and kept changing him until at the end he's like, I'm Luke Cage and I'm a hero. And then he goes, we get coffee to Claire, and then he gets drove away, gone back to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I love Luke Cage.
To defend. Iron Fist, even though I hated it all, it's a genuine criticism. Is it ran on too long? It just doesn't end. I liked the last bit. That was a fun bit.
I didn't like... Do you remember... what was her name? The girl in Iron Fist.
Sister?
No, Danny's... she turned out to be Danny's girlfriend at the end.
Colleen.
Colleen
Wing.
Colleen Wing, yeah.
Colleen Wang. Whoops.
No, she was a great character, but you remember when she went into her camp with the guy who was there, who was her mentor? I don't think that was needed. It was very needed. They could have done without it, and they could have developed more of Danny. You know, showed that he could actually fight and control his glowing fist. You know,
fighting like an iron. Yeah, no. So that was too long. Defenders, it was both too short and too long, because there were bits in it that you were just like, why are these here? Like, what's her name? The police officer getting her arm cut off.
Oh, Misty Knight.
Misty, thank you. Obviously, she doesn't have an arm in the comics. That's fine. But it just felt contrived again.
Yeah,
it felt like they were ticking boxes in Defenders. So that everything seemed so compressed, and that like Sigourney Weaver had such a bad ending.
Oh, she did. And one thing I have a problem with...
Everyone died so easily.
Yeah, like the one problem with every show and every film involving superheroes now, they're all trying to get a load of superheroes set up and put them into the team so they can all be the Avengers, you know? That's stupid. As in, Daredevil could do incredibly well as its own show without anything else. So can Jessica Jones.
So can Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher. He's stealing the show right now. He really is. Like, and Defenders was good. Could have been better.
It could have been so much better.
I love the intro to Defenders, though.
Yeah, no, the intro.
Because the composer, John Passano, he's Beautiful music, man. Daredevil. He put Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, all their teams into one for that intro. You listen to that, you hear a little bit of Daredevil, a little bit of Jessica Jones, and so on.
I didn't realize that.
If you listen to it again, it's like, oh yeah.
And also, you pointed it out to me, and it was a great spot. Is in the original trailers for Defenders is all the, and this is actually going to be really good because all the scenes with Daredevil have like a little bit of red in them. All the
and they did that in the show.
Yeah,
that was a great way of showing the different
cinematography
worlds.
was great.
Like if you look here, like Luke Cage, we have the you have the
this.
sort of sepia color in like sepia.
You could have said yellow.
I'm an editor, so yeah. So you have yellow, and then when you have Jessica Jones, it's all sort of blue and purpley.
Is the name for that like sequentia?
Midnight blue. Okay. Yeah, and
deeply uncomfortable now.
Yeah, and you get Daredevil, which is red. I think the best thing that describes that is the interrogation. The interrogation room. You have like blue with Jessica Jones, and then a red door opens, and Matt walks in. And it's like, oh shit. He goes, just, oh, I love Daredevil. I just want Daredevil season 3.
Who's the villain? Do we know?
No, but
you know it's going to be Wilson Fisk again, and
I think he has the best interactions with Daredevil.
I do, but I don't want them to ruin that. I think he's a main staple of the show, but I don't want them to beat that horse like too much.
Yeah,
the horse needs a break.
You know what the best
needs to have like a little run around the course. Then we can get back with the clubs.
There's 2 places where you can fit in that would really work. All right, okay. Defender season 2. He's the main villain because he's a human antagonist that isn't mystical. He's just a big with a lot of connections. All right. Then, on the other hand...
Do you think this is going to be your job?
Oh my god, I didn't even realize... I didn't even realize I was swearing.
You swore within the first 2 minutes. You said you kicked out of him. Oh yeah, look, there's one bleep for me. Sue me.
We should have a counter. Jamie Skeens.
A score tally.
I promised I wouldn't. I'm an idiot. Alright, another place...
I'm not arguing.
Another place he would be perfect in. Punisher season 2 as the villain. He could work really well.
Because he had interactions in prison. I think he wouldn't be a villain. I think he'd be a
side character?
Antagonist.
Yeah, but not the main antagonist.
Yeah. No, I think he would literally just antagonize him, Punisher to do something.
Yeah.
And I think there could be a great ending. So like in Daredevil season 2, you have the second half being essentially Punisher season 0.5.
Yeah.
If you have Punisher season 2, the first half of him just like knocking out Winston's goons and his control.
You said Winston there. I'm just thinking of 1984. Wilson.
Did I say Winston?
Yeah. Did he?
I probably did.
Okay, maybe not.
Anyway.
Winston, 1984. Okay.
What a lovely man. Varicose ulcer on his ankle. That's it. So if you had the second half, Daredevil coming in and showing Frank that he can be humane and putting Wilson back in prison. Yeah. Wilson.
You know what I really want to see? You know the way the Marvel Universe is connected with these shows?
Yes.
There's a story. There's a story.
Go on.
You're laughing now. I want to know what you're laughing about. Go.
Do you know what I want to see? What's her name? Christy. What's the actor for Jessica Jones?
Kristen Ritter.
That's it. Bleep all that. No,
well, anyway.
So...
There's a story.
Technical difficulties there.
Welcome back to the PamfCast. Okay, so there's a story. You know John Burtnall, obviously. Yes. And then you have... What's Twitch? John Burtnall. John Burtnall, okay. Yeah. Before he was the Punisher, he worked on a movie with Tom Holland, who's Spider-Man, obviously. They became really good friends. Mm-hmm. And one day, this is before he was Spider-Man and before he was Punisher, they said, we should write a letter to Marvel on why I should be Punisher and why I should be Spider-Man.
Dear Marvel, I want to be in your show. Sincerely, John.
And they made like a bet about it. And guess what happened? We got Tom Holland Spider-Man and John Burtnall Punisher.
Do you think that like what's his name who directs him? Joss Whedon was just like...
I hate Joss Whedon.
I
hate Joss Whedon.
As a director or as a person?
Director. Sorry, not as a person. That's a really bad out thing to say.
I just think he's a weak person in general.
Wow, Kane. Well, I don't know what he's like as a person though. To be fair, he's a good person. You know why? Zack Snyder.
I can tell you empirically he's a good person.
Well,
anyway, continue.
Zack Snyder obviously had to leave Justice League because of what happened to his daughter. Joss Whedon came in to save his movie.
What's up, bitches?
Yeah, so that's a good thing to do.
Tally 2.
Here's the thing that a lot of people will hate me for. I hate the Avengers and the second Avengers. I hate them.
Why?
They're not interesting. It's just, I'm Iron Man, I'm Captain America, I'm Thor. Hey, look, Thor looks like a woman, I'm Iron Man, I'll make fun of him, and that's it. And they fight. And then
I like them for spectacle, not for story.
Yeah, no, but I prefer story, because and nobody's going to agree with me. I love Iron Man 2.
Oh, I love Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2, yeah?
It had a kick-ass soundtrack as well.
Yeah, and then we got Iron Man 3 where he was dancing to Christmas music.
Actually, can I just point out, Iron Man, their soundtrack was done by AC/DC. Recently, this lovely man here, Malcolm Young, passed away. Great music by AC/DC. One of the inspirations for why I play guitar.
Right.
Continue.
Right,
musical interlude there.
More music about Iron Man. The first movie was scored by Raymond Djawadi, who does Game of Thrones. Raymond Djawadi does Game of Thrones. Yeah. Beautiful soundtrack. He made the best possible Iron Man soundtrack. Iron Man 2, they didn't get him again. It wasn't as good. Iron Man 3, God, that soundtrack.
I didn't like it.
There wasn't one AC/DC song in Iron Man 3. And that is Iron Man.
Can I just point out how much I hate Pepper Potts?
What, Gwyneth Paltrow?
No, her character.
Really?
Gwyneth Paltrow's a meh actor, really.
I remember her from Shallow Hal. Do you know that?
You poor man.
Yeah, Jack Black.
You sound old when you say that.
Well, back in 2004 when that movie... I don't know when it came out. Alright, go ahead.
But she's just a useless character. Tony, you said you'd turn off all your suits.
Marry me, Pepper.
I hate it.
You know...
Because, like, you go from looking at Tony Stark as this, eccentric, like, playboy billionaire.
Philanthropist.
That's it.
I remember that.
I couldn't remember that word. To this kind of very humble and homely man. And it's just like, sorry, we want Iron Man, not Robert Downey Jr. after his coke binges.
Well, anyway, here's a picture. No.
Here's a picture of my coke binge.
I'm probably just going to throw up a Sherlock Holmes picture up there. Alright. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, his character, he was just completely out of character in Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
he wasn't Tony Stark at all.
He destroyed all his suits, and then in like 2 months he got them all
anxiety disorders are not something to joke about. But it didn't fit with Iron Man at all. Like Iron Man 3, he gets in a suit, he's like, hey Jarvis, is it the heart? Is it the heart? It's like, oh, you're having a panic attack. Oh, the world's ending. Now, people who do have severe panic attacks.
People who do severe panic attacks.
Like, have them. That's like a real thing. Mm. But Iron Man isn't that type of guy.
No, and there was nothing established
prior. There was nothing prior to set that up. Like, he was kidnapped by terrorists, tortured, and had an arc reactor stuck into his chest.
And he didn't have about it, yeah.
Yeah, and he had no anxiety about it. But he had anxiety about a portal in the Avengers. Makes sense, eh?
I thought we were talking about just like Iron Man 3, not Avengers Age of Ultron, where he has the flashback. Yeah,
there was this thing in the first Avengers when he went up to the portal to fight aliens or something like that, and he fell on the ground. That was a plot in Iron Man 3 for some reason, and it was just done wrong. A lot of people love Iron Man 3, but I don't, because he's out of character for the entire movie.
It felt out of place as well.
The biggest fuck up is there was this whole plot where he...
Another tally.
Ding! another.
I thought you gave the camera the middle finger, like.
Well. Another problem they made was I know what it was.
I'm glad
they had this whole plot where he's like, Tony, be who you really are, a mechanic. Iron Man's an inventor. He's not a mechanic. He is a mechanic in a sense, but they made the whole thing is, I tinker with stuff. Iron Man invents stuff. And it's all in his mind, but he works with his hands. He's not at the core a mechanic, but in Iron Man 3, the whole plot was, I'm a mechanic. I'm going to make bombs. Woo! And that happened. And it was just... Cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen Iron Man 3 in a while. I haven't seen a lot of
Don't watch Iron Man 3 again.
A movie that I did see, I only saw it yesterday, Thor Ragnarok.
Yes. I haven't seen it, but
first 5 minutes, well, first, say, 20 minutes are some of one of the best openings of a Marvel movie, just because I actually laughed along to it.
Huh.
There were very funny moments in it. Kind of petered out towards the end. Very funny movie, though. Very good movie. I kind of liked it. Mm-hmm. It gets a pass from me.
A pass, yeah. I think...
I didn't like the first 2 Thor movies.
I saw a movie yesterday as well, and I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
I saw Justice League, and I love...
Do you mean Jason Momoa, 6'5"? Thank you, Dad.
Yeah, okay. No, but... Batman v Superman, Man of Steel have this very dark tone, which I actually like, and no one else does for some reason. Batman v Superman.
No. There's a difference between a dark. Punisher from Daredevil 2 has a dark theme. That's a very dark theme to deal with.
Yeah, I know.
Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel are gritty and edgy. For the sake of being gritty and edgy. It feels like an edgy 13-year-old who's just listened to My Chemical Romance decided
I'm not going to get in. I'm not going to get
movie.
in why I like them. But I'll get on the tone of them, which is dark and edgy, as you said. Alright?
Dark and edgy.
Dark and edgy. Justice League.
Sorry, knock this chair.
Okay, it's fine. Because Zack Snyder obviously couldn't work on the final cut, the whole tone was destroyed. It was so weird. As in 1 minute it felt like Batman v Superman, the other minute it felt like the Avengers. It was strange and it didn't work. And the biggest thing that ruined the movie, that everyone will know when they see it, if you heard about this, Henry Cavill had a mustache and they had to CGI. They had to CG his real face. It was the worst CG I've ever seen. As in, it looked like he had like a goofy ass weird thing above his lip, and it was so distracting.
You know, on Snapchat when you take a video and then you like put a stick and you can hold it down and place it.
Yeah,
it's one of those that's constantly moving.
I mean, he moves too fast. And you see the mustache. Yeah, that didn't happen.
There's a mustache outline of skin just left behind.
Other than that, like, you know it's bad if the Flash, played by Ezra Miller, which I was very doubtful about, was better than Superman in the movie.
To be fair, I like the Flash. Really like this. What are they? CW shows?
Yeah, the Flash in CW is the best Flash at the moment, I think.
I need to catch up on that so much.
Grant Gustin is just such a good Flash. As in, he works so well. As in, I remember the writers for Flash and like the casting group and all. They were saying, "Oh, he doesn't look a lot like Barry from the comics, but he is Barry."
Yeah, it's very. Bring this back to the Spider-Man analogy again.
Yeah,
it's very like how that Tom Holland is a good kind of middle ground.
Yeah.
That he plays even though he's not the most believable Spider-Man, he's a good Spider-Man. Like, he's not pitch perfect.
I weirdly think he's one of the most believable, simply because...
I didn't mean to say Tom Holland, I meant who was from The Amazing Spider-Mans?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew
Garfield was a good Spider-Man, not a very good Peter. But the thing we talked about this in the last podcast. The thing that was wrong was just that he was too cool. Peter Parker's not cool.
No, but he played a very good, convincing Spider-Man, even though he had none of the Peter Parker qualities. Do you know what I mean? That's like Grant Gustin doesn't look like Barry Allen. Doesn't kind of. I don't think he acts like Barry Allen. I think he's a little bit more cocky and
he's different. He's completely.
He feels like Iron Man. He feels very like a good Iron Man. Like a very. Yeah. And I think if Marvel do it correctly, they'll pick him up when he's a little bit older for Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like
I think wouldn't be a bad idea, but
I think he would make a very good next Iron Man.
Like, going on to Spider-Man, I can't not be biased about it, because Tobey Maguire in my head will always be Spider-Man.
I suppose that's because everyone has like little favorite movies that we again, prequels, Star Wars, liked them because they were my childhood.
Yeah, grew up with them. Yeah,
they're objectively horrible.
Yeah,
but the thing is, we like him because we
grew up with them,
and also Tobey Maguire is a good Spider-Man.
And like that, I think it's different to Star Wars, because if you look at Spider-Man 1, 2 and 3, I'm even counting 3.
Ooh.
Yeah,
ooh.
They work as Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man movies. I'm talking about shared dimensions here. No, but they work as Spider-Man movies so well.
Which was it? Was it the House of M? Was that the Spider-Man one where all the Spider-Man?
Madam Web, are you thinking of?
No,
so I know far too much Spider-Man. Like,
there was one series of comics. I think it was House of M might have been the mutant one. Yeah,
I don't know.
It was one of the ones where there was like all the Spider-Men came together.
Yeah, that was a game as well on PS3.
Oh, Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah, I played that. Yeah, I played the hell out of that game.
I'm getting better.
I'm getting better.
I love. There's one scene from that game where Black Cat.
Mm-hmm. Felicia Hardy.
It's just like, I don't need your face, I need your lips. If you play that scene with the Carnage skin on, it's just going out of here and it's just like, I have several questions, madame.
Here, Spider-Man games though. It's very hard to get them right.
What was the one on the PS2 that you could just swing everywhere?
Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
That is one that everyone refers to that game as the best Spider-Man game.
Yeah, because
and they're right. There's so many bad ones.
There's a new one coming out, isn't there?
Yeah, Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, but it's all QuickTime events.
Well, from the trailers of what we've seen.
I hate QTEs so
Like, we wouldn't even
much.
get... There's so much you get into that you wouldn't want to talk about. I know a lot about it, but...
3 hours later.
the best game, I think, that's going to come out next year
Yes.
is The Last of Us Part 2.
I'm gonna be honest here.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like The Last of Us.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna spoil the ending. It's a good story.
It's great.
Up until the ending. I hated the ending.
Oh,
Because you have so much free control in that game, and then the last choice isn't yours. And you just basically watch it.
I know.
I hated that.
No, but I thought that...
No.
I felt like it was a movie, though. You know, like, that was the story.
It would have been way more suited for a movie, because like you can't have an interactive medium and then make such a big...
We can't all be Fallout where he goes up to Ellie and goes and makes a sarcastic comment and walks away. You know what? You know what?
Fallout... I've recently converted Jamie
Yeah.
from being a fan of Fallout 4 to a fan of Fallout New Vegas. Is that right?
Yeah. I have, anyway.
And would you have said that Fallout 4 was your favourite game up until about, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, 100%. My favourite Fallout game.
And have you realised...
New Vegas.
Have you realised how wrong you were?
Oh, okay. Me and Keen had an argument about this because I didn't know the full extent of the Fallout games.
So this is literally the argument was, I liked the prequels, Jamie hated the prequels. We had an argument over that. On the same day, Jamie was just like, I like Fallout 4. Why? Because I like it. Which was my argument for the prequels.
Yeah.
And then it was like, what you said to me about the prequels was, that's just, you can't just like things. Like, it's objectively bad. Like Fallout 4 is objectively worse. Okay.
I know.
Smaller dialogue system, less RPG elements, tighter gun control, fair enough. But everything was just bad. Everything was... I really liked Cold Harbor. Was that? No.
Far Harbor. And then there was Nuka World, which was very good as well.
Nuka World was actually fantastic.
Yeah. I really like New Vegas now, though.
New
Vegas, I realised that it, as Keen told me a while ago, New Vegas, what it's good for is making you feel like you are that character.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel that, like, you can make your decisions just like, am I going to do this? Yeah, I'm going to do this. Or
It's
I'm not
almost
gonna
like
do
it's
this.
a role-playing game.
Not The Last of Us, but anyway.
Or RPG.
Yeah, okay. Do you remember I didn't know what RPG was?
Yeah, it's trying to explain. It was great because I suppose if you don't play, like I've played RPGs all my life. It started with Oblivion, Elder Scrolls.
Keen, I just realised we had that argument in one of the roughest parts of Belfast.
Right.
We did
on Shankill Road.
We were on Shankill Road arguing about Fallout. That's a good
How did we not get okay, so Jamie and I went on a politics trip up to Belfast to see Stormont and kind of the area of Belfast. We
have no government at the moment.
No government.
It's empty.
I listened to some of the speeches on the news yesterday.
Really?
And just bits and bobs about it, and the DUP are actually insane. Anyway.
No, it has no government.
It has no government.
So we were in Shankill Road.
We were in Shankill, just the area. I won't say Shankill Road because we were just walking there. Walking around, and we were actually in a part of Shankill, and a bus comes through. And these like 4 lads from the end of the street start walking towards our bus.
Yeah.
You remember that? And so we go around the corner to be shown some of the murals up. And I look behind me. These 4 lads are talking to a bus driver. I look back and just like, well, there are people in the houses who are watching us.
All have red doors. All red doors. Union Jacks everywhere. Out their windows, just like, I think I found myself a cat.
I think I found
Get your pitchforks!
You know, what's his name from the Looney Tunes? This fella, I'm hunting wabbits.
Yeah.
Shh, be very quiet.
Right.
I'm hunting Catawhicks.
Catawhicks, what? I'm hunting Catawhicks.
That's what we're putting that as the title. Hunting
and me and Keen, instead of worrying, we're like, Keen goes, so, what do you... I love Fallout 4. It's the best Fallout. Yeah, and then we argued. And then we got home safe.
We got home mostly safe.
Same trip. We were in Belfast.
I was going to... The waiter?
What, so we'll talk about how we got there first.
Okay. Go on.
So, we were in Belfast. We were like, oh, let's get lunch. We have time. We have, what like 45 minutes?
Yeah, we have like 45 minutes.
Okay, so Keen, I went like this to Keen. We go to Burger King. Keen.
Yeah, because there's a Burger King. And Jamie and I have 2 different approaches, I suppose, to going out of town. And you're kind of coming around to my point.
Yeah.
Jamie just saw a Burger King and went, there's lunch.
Yeah, you know.
But
exactly.
I've never been to Belfast before. So this should have been a tip not to follow me, but I like going places, and when I go to places, I like finding cafes or small restaurants that'll give you good food, and it gives you a taste of what the area's like.
Yeah, and it's something you haven't seen before.
So I bring Jamie down one of the streets, and I just kind of go, and we find this kind of like square. Do you remember the one with multiple roads?
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
And we're standing there, there's two other friends with us, and we're going, where are we going now? Yeah. We can just go back to Burger King and go, we're going down that road. Let's pick a random one. We turn to the right, and there was this little restaurant. There's a little cafe. We go in, it's nice. I remember you saying we had two other mates there, that we were in Belfast, so like we were wearing big uniforms, like that you can tell that we're from a Catholic school. You can just tell we're from the Republic. Yeah, I mean, like, so, even so, they don't really have private public schools there. Yeah, exactly. So to see like four lads turn up in like pressed uniforms and like looking very not fancy but very formal. Yeah. So the minute we went in, everyone just stops and we're just like, we knew not to make it come across that we were a certain type of person. Irish. Son of a bean on that you go. Okay, so we sat down and our two other friends started just talking very loud, like, shh, keep it down a bit, just in case. And we like living. Me being me, I went like this to Keane. Hey Keane, how about we speak Irish? And I said, we actually know quite a bit of Irish. So I started speaking Irish. Keane's like, shut the fuck up. Bing, this is the counter. Shut up. So we were like, we get pizza? So we were starving. So we were like, we get pizza. We'll get pizza because we have like 35 minutes. 35 minutes. We think, get a pizza, get it eaten, get out. Yeah. Unfortunately, two other mates decided for pizza as well. Yeah. Means it takes longer. That's 4 pizzas. That's 4 pizzas. 4 pizzas in what, like a half an hour to get? Yeah. They took what, like 30 minutes? They took at least 25. Yeah, 25 minutes. And we were like to the waiter, can we hurry up a bit? And he was like, cool. We were trying to be nice though. He was a strong Northern Irish fella. He was like, all right. Party Clint. So we realised it was about 10 minutes till our bus were about to leave. No sign of pizza. Even if it came, it would take us a while to eat it. Yeah. So I looked at Keane and I go, Keane, what are we going to do? Because Jamie was kind of like, everyone was freaking out. And I'm just there, and I'm a very stressful person. And I like being on time. So I was just kind of like, oh no. Yeah. But eventually, we have to like leave in 2 minutes. We're getting our jackets on. We're just going to have to pay and leave. Yeah. So we stand up. Pizza come out. We were starving, by the way. We hadn't eaten all day. Absolutely starving. This amazing pizza came for everyone. So nice. I got like a barbecue base and all. And there was a few meat, like loads of stuff. Pepperoni. So Keane goes, okay, flips it, folds this huge pizza in half. Goes, we're gonna have to run and eat it. So if you ever want to eat a pizza quickly, fold it once, fold it twice, so it's like a little cone, and you kind of like crunch it around, so it's like an ice cream cone. So we all followed and did the same thing. We were rushing, so you've left it. So I have to like put on like 2 napkins. Like I'm taking napkins and wrapping it around. As we're going out, I leave like I throw a ton of change, and I'm like, thank you. Like it's different. It was different currency. It was like it was sterling, pounds, and we're usually using euro. So it was like, I don't know what this is. Just throw. Yeah. So we just like threw I think we threw about 5 quid as a tip, which was stupid. We didn't know. But the thing is, as we're leaving, I'm like, thank you. This woman from behind the counter looks at me and goes, do you lads want to-go boxes? And I'm just standing there with this cone of a pizza, like, that's burning my hand. There's no time! And I just look at her. I don't say anything because I'm just so ashamed. Jamie, like, passed me on the back and goes, no, we're fine. She just walks out. We looked stoned. We were rushing, trying to eat loads while talking to boy. We're both not very coordinated. We walk out. I go one way, you go the other way, and we go, So we go, this way. And the other two took one. I was like, come on. We all folded it, so we're like, oh, it's all the way up there. We had, like, what, 2 minutes? We just start running. The only thing is, because of the way the roads were laid out, we'd have to go around back. Yeah. But I knew if we went down and out, which was a nice little shortcut, meant we saw more of Belfast. But it meant we had to cross this one road that has like a turn in, and I didn't know which way the turns came. Oh yeah, Keane nearly got run over. Not run over by a normal car. The cops come around the corner, and I booted in front of them across this tiny road. I nearly got knocked over in a foreign country by the police. While eating pizza. Yeah, because I still hadn't finished the pizza, so I'm just like, I'm eating it while running. Oh, that was a great We were behind you. We finally got to the bus. We finished it. We were just sort of rushing to go. You alright, lads? Yeah, good lunch. How was it? Yeah, because then we went to Shankill and talked about Fallout. Yeah. Oh. Now, something I just want to bounce back to, the waiter in that cafe. Oh, yeah. Came over to our table while we were waiting. like puts both hands on the desk, on the table, it's a small table, and goes, "What you lads up here for?" And we're there like, and he's like, "Is it a politics? Politics is a well-known subject in our country, like Ireland.
Definitely.
No one knows like politics is a subject, and to have someone just instantly guess politics, it's just like,
well,
right.
And we thought it was relatively normal until the waiter said this to me. So, what do you think of home rule?
Which was just out of left field.
So my reaction was, home rule. I think there's good points and bad points associated with it, but I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it. That's what I said, more or less. Because
the way he was looking straight at Jamie. So when Jamie opens his mouth, I'm like,
be careful.
Because you opened it so quickly, I thought you were just going to say basically a yes or no answer.
No, it's going to go No,
but then you answer, you dodged that question beautifully, and the waiter just goes, "Yeah, it's a very complicated issue.
It's like,
would make people quit politics forever, wouldn't it?" And then he just leaves, which is beyond crazy.
Yeah, and then the pizzas came and we ran.
Yeah,
that's happened. Welcome back to the PamfCast. We had a little intermission.
Little intermission. Play a little bit of guitar.
Where
not
were
fill up
we?
our coffee.
Where were we?
So we were talking about the waiter story, which was pretty funny. So I just want to tell a story that happened to me yesterday. So I was going down to see my girlfriend. We went to see Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I ended up going to Bussorus, which is the national bus depot. County bus depot, whatever.
It's in town. Yeah.
Then the dodgy part of town, that's where it is.
Yeah.
So I sit in this cafe. It's a cafe where I burnt... Oh, this is going to be... so many stories that I can tell. So, I've scalded my skin off, like the burn marks all down my lower half.
We have a burn in common. We both burned ourselves off a tripod in science.
Oh, God, yeah, that was only last week.
Yeah. For me, it was 3 years ago. But anyway, go ahead.
Mine was only last week because we were doing some experiment. Heated up a gauze to red hot. Didn't think... I'm an idiot. Didn't think that the tripod would be hot. Picked up the tripod, seared all my skin. Anyway, but no, in Bussorus a couple of months ago, spilt like a litre of boiling water all across my front. Probably should have gone to the hospital, to be honest, because the burn marks are still there.
Wow.
So yeah, yesterday. One of my many stories.
Come on. Yeah.
I will tell this as slowly as I want.
Okay, go ahead.
So, she's going to see my girlfriend anyway. And had to get a bus. It was about 12 midday.
Yeah.
And so I sit down in this cafe, and there's no one there really. I get my coffee and I get a cookie because I'm going to be sitting there for half an hour. So I sit behind a big pillar. It's a 4 table, so there's 2 seats here and 2 seats there.
Yeah.
But there's enough seats everywhere, so I don't feel bad taking up a big table. And it has a pillar behind me, so there's no cold air. After about 10 minutes, this woman comes and sits down. She sits right over there, and I'm like, okay, maybe she just wants to be, warm, away from the cold. Little did I know. She starts putting her stuff on the table, like all across the table, and I'm just there with my in a corner, like this corner, and I'm just like, right, and I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm just texting random people, playing random games. I don't even know what I probably deleted them by now. Yeah. But I then hear her mumble. She just starts mumbling like, I'm like, is she talking to me?
Yeah.
And so I kind of like listen out, right? She's mumbling about Jesus.
Oh no!
Which is kind of odd because she's just like praying in a very weird way.
What was she saying? Was she saying prayers like?
It was like prayers, but also like
satanic or something.
No, it's just like she was talking about Jesus, like, oh, Jesus, will you just? I really need this coffee, and she just keeps going, and I'm just kind of like, right, she's a little bit batshit.
Not there. Yeah.
So then after a while, I'm still listening to her, and after about 4 or 5 minutes, she goes, "You could get off your phone and talk to me, and you could just get off to the generation. They have to get off their phones and not talking to me anymore, and no one talks to me anymore." And she's obviously talking about me because I'm on my phone. I'm just there like, there is no chance in hell I'm getting off my phone now. Text my mom, I love her.
Thanks for everything.
Yeah, she's mad.
Yeah.
Apparently, last thing she says is, before she gets a call, was, "Gee, you're a disgrace to Jesus." And she says it about me because she's talking about like how I'm on my phone and everything. I'm like,
my God.
Right, well. So then she gets a call from, I think her name was Moira or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And it was a normal enough conversation. She missed her bus because she didn't plan. Happens to us all. But the sentence that like set off alarm bells was, "Yeah, I left the home early this morning." I was just like, "Oh no!" Because she doesn't look old enough to be an old pup. It's like a 50-year-old, maybe 55, 60. That sort of young enough.
Yeah, that demographic.
That demographic.
Yeah.
So she gets off the call and she's silent. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Only 15 more minutes and I can get on my bus. And then she starts again. And then she starts talking again, whatever. And she's just mumbling about Jesus again. And I'm texting people. I was texting you and Hannah, just being like, "Oh, something weird's happening." And I said I'd tell you today. Yeah. So this woman says like, "Jesus will punish you." That's a bit of a weird.
Oh my God!
That's a bit of a weird sentence to lead with.
That is horrible.
And I'm just like, right.
Will he though?
And I texted my friend Hannah, and I told her this, and she's like, "Get out!" And I was just like, "No, I have a cookie. I like my cookie." Then I text Hannah like 3 minutes later, "Okay, I'm out," because, and I kid you not, the sentence she used. I should be looking at you because this is funny.
Yeah, come on.
And I want you to put this up in quotation marks.
Well, what is it?
Jesus will purge you all.
Oh my God! No way! No way! Purge, as in like really?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so Jesus will purge you. That's a weird sentence. That's purge you into hell.
That's a horrible sentence. No. That's what that is.
Purge you all. What group does she think I'm a part of? Does she think millennials? Does she think young people?
Jesus will purge you all.
And I'm just like, right, well,
time to go.
I just went out. I'm glad that I had my coffee in like a to-go cup as well. I just left. It was so weird.
I know. I'm going off this incredible story. Coffee cups.
Oh God.
Coffee cups, man.
So
okay.
Right. Jamie and I go to the same school. We sit beside children in a lot of classes.
Oh,
we bring these into school because we have kettles.
I don't bring my TARDIS one, but I bring mugs. I bring mugs.
We bring mugs.
Yeah.
And so we get coffee all the time.
Like every class, man. Every chance we get coffee.
Yeah, because coffee is like what keeps us alive.
Yeah. And stable.
So we don't go around mumbling about Jesus.
Jesus. Well, I do. It was me, Keane. I'm just great at this, guys. Yeah.
But we have a teacher.
We're not going to say her name.
Because that's doxing.
That is doxing. But this teacher came in this little coffee mug. Like, not a coffee mug, this little to-go cup type thing. A keepy mug.
One of these.
One of these things. You know, we went, "Oh, miss, nice cup. Where'd you get that?" And she's like, "Oh, I got it because, you know, insomnia. Because of the to-go cups are very bad for the environment. Because they get put into landfills.
And they can't dissolve because of the way they're plasticized."
Me and Keane normally, we don't respond with, to someone saying, "Don't be doing that," because we'll just go, whatever, okay. But we're generally nice.
We're generally very amicable. We're just very whatever.
However, when she said this, "Hey, I'm gonna ban coffee until you get one of these."
Yeah.
Me and Keane, hold up, what? Excuse me?
You don't ban our coffee.
It reminds me of another time as well. We wouldn't shut up, and she says, "If you don't shut up, coffee is banned." Not a word from me and Keane. Not a word.
No, you can tell.
We just went, and it was just.
We've done 2 of these now, and we just talk for hours. We can.
Yeah. No,
the best
we never shut up.
We had a 4-hour conversation one night just because it was like 3 a.m. when we hung up. So we talk a lot. So yeah, fair enough. We should have probably shut up, but. It's very rare that someone can make us shut up that quickly for that amount of time. But when she was just like, "I am banning coffee if you don't shut up."
It was just nothing. It was just...
And it wasn't. We were sitting like this,
beside
each other, and then we kind of just turned like this. So that... Oh, that's not going to be picked up. Anyway.
We turned around anyway.
Because the thing is, we like our coffee more than we like each other.
Yeah. Exactly. We're great friends. The best.
Amazing friends.
The best. Yeah. But I don't know what we would do without coffee, man.
No,
every class, whether it be English, French, anything, you know.
No.
That reminds me, there was this class. We do politics. Our teacher comes in. Keen. It was the start of the year.
Should we bleep politics because there's only politics in Ireland there's 40 classes.
Yeah. So Keen comes in. It's start of the year. He thinks, "Oh, I can bring coffee in now." He comes in with his mug, full cup of coffee, puts it on the desk. And he's just sitting there. This is 100 degrees coffee boiling.
It's 3 million degrees.
The teacher comes in. He's like, "Whoa there. No food or drink in my class.
No hot drinks in my class."
That coffee there, slurp that up.
And it was just it was like
that coffee was fresh out of kettle. That was hot coffee.
Because I get them just before class, so they're piping hot. So because our class blocks are 40 minutes, so it kind of cools down. I can drink it.
So he's just like, Keen, slurp that up.
And I'm just, I tried because I'm just like, oh, I don't want to make him mad. So I just like try and take a mouthful, and it's just like burning coffee, and I just put it back down, just like,
can't
do it. I can't have that on the table. I have to put it between my feet on the ground, like this boiling thing, and I'm just like looking every so often. When he's not looking, when it cooled down enough, I could take drinks out of it. And that's the day I learned never to bring it into politics.
In our school, we're not going to say what school, but there's always, sometimes some teachers will let you drink. Like
every other teacher.
Some teachers don't.
Yeah.
It's a weird sort of thing with some of them where it's like, hey, that's against the rules, I can't have it. But it's an unnecessary rule.
My favourite thing is in chemistry, we finish experiments a little bit early, and one of our experiments had to have boiling water, and there's a little bit of boiling water left in the cup or in the kettle. So I just went over with my cup and I was like, sir, can I get coffee? And it's just like, you just poured yourself a cup anyway. And I'm just like, yeah. Can I drink it?
See, I don't do science because I don't understand chemistry, and I don't understand I'll ask anything.
Your girlfriend about that.
Anyway, yeah, I don't do science. The extent I know from chemistry is from Breaking Bad, where Walter White says chemistry is the study of matter, but it's actually the study of change. That's all I know because of Breaking Bad. That's it. That's the extent of my chemistry. Because I like astronomy. You know, like I like
Neil
space.
deGrasse Tyson, Cosmos.
If you're interested in space, I cannot recommend Cosmos: A Space-Time Odyssey more. It is just the best possible thing to watch because in it, Neil deGrasse Tyson's main message is
spaghetti. Sorry, he interviews really well.
Science is something you got to keep telling to everyone, and you got to spread it, and that's how we evolve and get better. You know.
Something that I didn't like recently. Recently, it's about 2 years old now.
Okay.
There was an interview by The Nightly Show, which at the time was the Daily Show, but worse, with not Trevor Noah. He's the Daily Show.
I don't know.
I can't remember his name. But
John something?
No, it was The Nightly Show. It was the other version.
Oh, okay.
This man here, I'm going to put his name there as well so we know.
Yeah.
He had Bill Nye the Science Guy. Obviously,
everyone knows Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye tried to get everyone interested in science, especially young kids.
Mm-hmm.
Very admirable.
Of course.
But what was happening was he basically had 3 celebrities on, and Bill Nye, or 2 celebrities and Bill Nye, and they were talking about water on Mars. And the 2 celebrities, basically the whole premise was the 3 of them were going, but who cares about water on Mars? The line that summed it up for me was the female celebrity. I didn't know either of them, but I'm not big into celebrities, so whatever.
Yeah.
Was just like, if it's not Caitlyn Jenner's tears on Mars, I don't care. And I was just like,
Some people, no, I think that's
that just kind of sums it up.
That's an example of the failure of like
society.
Yes,
but
people should know more about.
No,
this
definitely.
Stuff, you know? Like in geography, the only thing you know about the outside of the atmosphere is you got some planets, it's a solar system. Now on to V-shaped valleys. Let's go. You know.
But no, sorry. Yes, very true, very true. And it did kind of upset me that everyone they were so because you've seen like Fox News and all those like. Tides come in, tides go out. Can't explain that. I love that, man.
It was God.
So, for years, these very conservative channels have ripped on science through a base of not understanding, and now very liberal sites like the Nightly Show is the equivalent of the Daily Show, which used to be kind of not a bastion, but it used to be a very, very liberal, very positive thing, and I used to love it. But it really upset me when I saw these people who I thought would share this kind of hell yeah, science and understanding, and they were just so dismissive towards science. But what happened next was one of my favourite moments in TV history, which was, again, female celebrity goes, but can you have sex on Mars? And Bill Nye goes, yeah, gravity is about 40% there, so it actually, you could do it in 0G. And she goes, what's that? As in, like, what's the gravity? And goes, well, it's a little less than half. And it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. It was witty. And that's what I think a lot of comedy is missing nowadays, is this sort of witty kind... what would you even call
banter,
it?
But
not banter.
Not banter, it's more of just intelligent jokes.
It's what Ghostbusters had.
Yeah.
It's not highbrow fluting comedy. That's not really weird. Falutin. Yeah. But it was funny, it was witty, and it wasn't slapstick. Yeah. And I just thought it was a lovely... That these 2 celebrity comedians, I think they were, whatever they were supposed to be there to be a comedic relief. And Bill Nye just destroys them with that joke. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a great moment.
I think one of the in terms of scientists, physicists and all that, I think the one I look up the most is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's an astrophysicist, and I think he summed up a very I think it's a very good way, or like, you know, the question, what happens when you die? Neil deGrasse Tyson has one of the best answers, as in his answer is, well, basically it's the circle of life. As if you're buried, not cremated. Your energy and all, when you decompose, goes back into the land, goes back into creating more life. As in, you know, more. And your energy just keeps going straight into the earth, you know? It sounds crazy, but it's true.
No, like, I suppose all my family want to be cremated. Yeah. So I just kind of had this thing, I'm going to be cremated when I'm older. But the thing is, that's very true. And after he said that in an interview, and I've just been thinking about it, like, yeah, it makes sense. I want to be buried. Because it makes sense now.
Like a lot of people, I get the same response from I don't ask a lot of people this question. No, but I get the same response.
What happens when we die?
It's like, I don't want to get buried alive. You won't get buried alive. You're fucking dead.
No, but I don't want to get... Being buried alive is my biggest fear.
Yeah, I know, but like...
That it's drowning.
Drowning? Oh, I hate
drowning.
I'm okay with water.
I'm okay
I'm alright with the ocean. I'm not like... I'm afraid of like the deep, dark ocean.
Oh, okay. I would love to go to like what's the Marianas Trench?
Yeah.
Like I want to see what's down there. I want to see what.
You know what's the craziest thing? I'll give you an example. You know the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
You know the way that's like, and things like that, and like our mountain ranges. Like at some point in our Earth's history, there was an ocean over that.
Yeah, that's mad.
You know. Under our ocean, in the deepest parts we don't see, there's mountains, probably as big as Everest some places.
That's mad.
Everywhere. Like canyons, mountain ranges, like there's so much. Deserts worked, like the Sahara Desert, but it's ocean, and mountains and stuff, and volcanoes. There's so much down there, it's terrifying, but also amazing, you know?
I suppose, and that's kind of why I don't want to be buried alive and I don't want to drown, is this feeling of not being in control, and the unknown kind of aspect of that. But it's also really cool when you flip that into the deep oceans and deep space. We don't know what's out there.
You know, it's one of the coolest theories actually.
What?
Of an animal that's still alive, the megalodon.
Oh yes,
the huge shark. They've always found teeth from it. They never found one, but at some point they can hear the sounds that if you measure it, there's no way.
Yeah.
That there's no way it could be any smaller than what they say. Like, see here, this is the megalodon. It's terrifying.
Now get that away. See here's the megalodon from Battlefield 4.
Yeah, I know, but there's always these stories of fishermen who say, "Oh, I saw one."
Yeah, but to be fair, you can only see the bobbing ocean for so long before you go crazy.
Whoa! Was that an alien? Yeah.
But no, do you remember? I don't know if you ever read about it. Was the deep space beep?
No.
Where like this bleep came from really deep space.
Really?
And it came in on transmitters. I could be completely wrong about this. Was this a creepy... I think it's either an urban myth or a creepypasta or one of those, but it was really cool. Caught my attention anyway. I'll look it up for you. Yeah, get you an actual link.
Yeah.
Where basically this like little beep came through deep space and it was never... you couldn't trace it back.
You know what's... Okay. Here's the thing. We have been sending out radio signals into the deep space for the past 100 years.
Really?
Around that, yeah. Like the first radio signal, that's still going in space.
That's mad.
As in, like, it's still going. The thing is, eventually, if there was other life that could understand radio signals from their own technology, they could get it. But where our Earth is situated, okay? We could have just missed, like, any alien signal by an inch. Not gone past us. We have satellites constantly monitoring for this. And we have our own signals. But we don't know. There could be even signals that are coming past us that we don't know how to understand yet. Yeah.
No, that's because I was going to say this. Could you imagine just sending out all our signals and there's just a race of aliens that are like us but 700 years?
The only problem with us is we're so noisy. There's so much coming from planet Earth, as in it's going out into space, you know? So here's the thing with life. With other life on planets. I'm moving on so you can understand.
Life.
No, you understand. When people say, I don't believe in aliens because there's no such thing as a Martian, okay? That's... Alright.
Oh, is a Martian specifically from Mars?
Yeah. I'm just using that because people always say little green men.
Little green men. What's on Uranus, Jamie?
I say Uranus now. Yeah, Uranus.
Why?
Neil deGrasse Tyson said it just sounds better, so you don't have to say Uranus.
What if
Uranus.
What if I want to ask about Uranus?
Well, that's a different story. That's a different story. No, you know our Milky Way, we have the twin galaxy, which is the Andromeda.
I prefer Twixes.
Oh, really? Yeah, same. Crunchy. Okay, so Milky Way, we have our twin galaxy, which is the Andromeda galaxy. That's 2 out of trillions of galaxies, and in those galaxies, billions of planets, billions of stars.
It's a numbers game.
How in the Milky Way, there's one, out of our known cosmos, one planet out of trillions of planets that harbors life is Earth. It's impossible.
Here's the flip side of that is a lot of people base what life is as humanoid creatures.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, there's going to be thousands of planets that have small amounts of life, like small amounts of organic-esque material that is surviving. Mm-hmm. So even if it's on that small scale, there are other planets out there. But it is very weird, and I do like it. It is obviously a numbers game, but it's very weird to be the only planet in even our solar system that we know has life like us.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I suppose people can see that as being like, oh, we're alone in space, but I see it as it's a very special thing that we have.
You know what's one of the coolest proven scientific things that I've noticed from Cosmos? I can now say I believe in ghosts. You know why? I do not believe in the human ghost, like say Casper or something like that.
Casper.
But if you look up at the sky and see stars, every single star is a ghost. Here's the thing. In space, light travels slower.
That's mad.
So when you're looking at a star, the light you see...
Oh, it's dead for you.
It's from thousands of years ago. You're looking at a ghost. That planet doesn't look like that anymore.
So
we have an ocean of ghosts above us at night. Think about it like it's mad, isn't it, when you think about it?
Here's the question. So if you had a high enough power telescope,
Galileo here.
Could you look from the moon down on Earth and see individual people who have died?
No, because we're too close to the moon.
How far away would you have to be? Okay, say if you were standing.
Okay,
Planet
Earth. Planet Earth.
If you were standing on the sun at night, so it's cold.
Mm-hmm. See, like it's only like. Here's an example: the sun, the Earth. Okay, the sun. Oh, okay, I'm not doing this.
By the way, I just want to point out I'm not actually retarded. I just sounded.
Can't say the word keen.
Oh, yeah,
retarded. Anyway.
Feeble-minded.
The Earth. You know why when we see a sunset and the Earth hitting the Earth? Or sorry, the sun. Two words. No, the sun. You know why you see the sunset and it's going down. Obviously, we're moving. The sun isn't moving. The
sun is dipping into the ocean, so it cools down for the night. Yeah.
No, we're moving, not them. That's an atmospheric illusion as well. As in, we see the sun coming down on Earth. You know when you see a sunset? That's 8 minutes ago.
Yeah.
The sun has already, as in we've already done that. But because of it hit the atmosphere, it caused an illusion. So you just see it only happening now. But it happened 8 minutes ago or something like that. So you're basically looking through time. As in, you know what is the oldest thing you can get on a telescope, like the biggest telescope in the world?
Yeah.
And this, you would have to look at it infrared lighting. Tiny little red blob, like of light. And you know what it's from? It's the residual energy from the Big Bang.
Yeah.
It's it's the oldest thing in the universe you can look at. That's how far back you can look in time.
Funny, isn't the last thing that you could see just a little past that?
I don't know. I'm not an astrophysicist. I watch Cosmos. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're both not scientists. You can tell this, considering I think you can look back in time to the moon.
Yeah.
Actually, if I had said a different planet, it would have made more sense.
Yeah, like Jupiter.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
Anyway, but surely.
How cool would it be looking back at time at Earth, the people who were gone or something?
Here's a question: If you were gone, like so far that you could look back and the light is just traveling, you'd have to go faster than light though. So yeah. No.
Here's the thing: Flash always gets this right. When you're moving so fast, because the way speed and time and sound goes, when you're going that fast, imagine I'm the Flash. I see things like I'm going regular speed as I talk and I can hear. Because the speed of light, like, imagine, here's a little video from an experiment a few years ago with the car going past. If the car goes so fast, eventually it disappears because the light can't keep up with it. So look, it's gone.
You're not going to remember to embed that, are you?
I will, because I said it. Like, it would make no sense not to have that there. But yeah.
I need to watch it now.
Yeah. What's the podcast?
But if you went faster than light, like a lot faster than light, could you theoretically look back and see yourself?
Okay. Going to the future is very easy in terms of thinking about it scientifically. No, scientifically, you go fast enough, you can go into the future. Going back in time is where things get really blurred. You know why? If you went back in time and you saw yourself, that isn't you. You went into a parallel universe that is a double of you. Or Back to the Future. You won't understand this analogy, but other people might.
This one goes out to you, Kate.
You know the way Marty goes back to
the future,
to his parents, right? That may look like his mom, but it's not his mom. It's a copy of his mom. Because he went back in time and it's actually a duplicate. I'm not a physicist. I can't properly explain this. However, when you go back in time, you're not going back to a set thing. If you change time and go back to the future, you won't be going back to your future. Things will be the same. You're changing an alternate past. There was a very good physicist that came up with this theory. It wasn't Einstein. It was something Meando or something.
Dunk.
Him. That guy. Yeah, he's deadly. Yeah. Well, anyway.
I really wanted it to be like an old school picture. It's like black and white. He's a giant ass fuzzy mustache, like deadly.
Yeah. No, but I think Back to the Future is one of the only time travel movies that got it right, because it's power and speed that gets you to the future. Not I had a dream and I woke up, or I got in a fridge. You know, it's power and energy.
I can survive a nuke because I got into a fridge. I love the 3 Indiana Jones movies.
So do I. There was only 3.
1.
Raiders, Temple, and The Last Crusade.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
See what's disorientating? Because 1, on the camera, there's a little block over my face. So it's like I can't tell if like you can actually see my face.
Yeah,
and
if
also,
you're wondering why
I'm blind.
I'm a little bit blind. When I keep looking at the camera for this podcast to check if it's going to end. I wasn't just looking constantly for no reason.
Just looking straight into their eyes.
Hi,
all 12 views.
It's getting a bit weird. So I'm not gonna look.
Speaking of Back to the Future,
yeah,
and I think this kind of just ties everything back around nicely. I think we should do that like some weekend really soon. Sit down, and just watch Back to the Future, because I haven't really seen it. Be honest. I haven't seen it in multiple years.
It's hard talking to me about it because it's my favourite trilogy of all time.
Well, what you can't tell is right behind Jamie.
Hold on.
Just take the hat. Just take the hat.
Unfortunately, this is me. Hey. Can I move that? Yeah. This is a replica of the almanac from Back to the Future 2. And this is a replica of the hat.
Oh my God! It's Martin McDougall. I love you.
Right, moving on.
So yeah, so like when we're talking about that, that's all I can see, because it was like hanging on like a little hook behind Jamie.
I'm keeping the hat on.
Keep the cap.
Does it look good?
I think this is where we end, not the podcast, our friendship.
Okay.
But no, I do think that we should definitely do a Back to the Future podcast first.
Definitely. It would be hard watching it with me though, because I know everything about it.
Yeah, because you were saying all about the shots and how it was filmed and stuff like that, and I think that's very interesting.
Like the first movie, the ending of the movie's in the title. Back to the Future.
They go back to... What?
Yeah. No, I watched Back to the Future first time when I was a kid. Fell in love with the movie. And I've been watching them ever since.
And you've said like it impacts like how you...
Yeah, how I actually see things. Yeah, I'm a big film guy. I'd really love to be like a director. And
have we just gone back to podcast number 1?
We are, yeah. And
it'd be different if this was like number 26. No, this is podcast 2.
Anyway,
it's been 2 weeks.
Anyway, the whole idea of storytelling and the time travel in that just got me a lot of inspiration.
The whole thing of storytelling. Yes, it'd be very hard to not tell a story in a movie.
What's Twitch? Okay. Back to the Future is a beautiful story. It's a great story, you know? Yeah, here we are.
It really touched you.
Okay, yeah.
I love Kevin Spacey.
House of Cards, only on Netflix.
Not anymore.
How are we on time?
How are we on time?
We have 10 minutes.
We can do another 10 minutes.
We can do 10 minutes. Sure we can. Keen, is there any... This is like the end portion of the podcast. Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Okay, I want to talk about the Punisher again.
Alright, yeah.
But see, the thing is, I can't... Okay, Punisher. In Daredevil. Punisher would have been a really cool season if Daredevil hadn't done the same thing.
Yeah.
Because Frank Castle's PTSD and him getting over it, very cool story. Very hard to watch it again once you've seen Daredevil Season 2 because it's the exact same.
Yeah.
Because it retreads the old ground. He needs to establish a lot of stuff, but it goes too hard in it. Mm-hmm. So I think they could have changed that bit. Not the best. I expected more punishing. Less friendly Frank.
You mean Dad Frank?
Dad Frank.
With Micro's family, yeah.
That's so weird. On so many... It gets weirder on so many levels.
I know. No, I think...
I hate his kids. I hate Micro's kids.
I hate the
fella.
the son.
Yeah, the son.
Yes, I hate the son.
What's the last thing he's done that's, like, irreparable?
He had a knife or something and then Frank scared the shit out of him.
Yeah, that!
He's like, alright. Oh. He's like,
also,
okay.
Wasn't it a bit weird how Frank's always like, I love my kids, and then you see him, like, viciously grab his son's face?
Don't you ever say that again.
I mean, fair enough, you can be a bit mad, but no. Oh, Frankie boy.
Yeah.
So I think it could have been better. But I really enjoyed it.
Here's the thing.
And I really like the last 3 episodes that you have not seen.
I watched them today.
You will.
I will. I really want to. Here's the thing. Punisher, I got what I like from 9 episodes I watched. I got what I wanted out of it. As in, like, I want to see more.
I will say that it does drag on a little bit.
Yeah, all Netflix shows do. They all do. I think they should all end towards 10 because they get too involved and too many weird twists happen. You know what I mean?
It's his father.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I thought everyone's performance was amazing.
Yeah.
The story was good. I really liked the relationships. I liked the new characters. I liked the cars. And
yes.
Yeah, it was Punisher.
It was good. It's good Punisher fun.
Yeah. Hopefully next season's more punishing.
I will say, and hopefully I get to tell this to Jamie. There's a scene towards the end, towards the very end, where I was watching it with my mum the last episode, and I turned to her and went, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if this happened?" But I finished that sentence with, "But it's a Netflix show," and then exactly what I described happened, and it looks like something out of Saw. It was gruesome, and you'll know exactly what I see when it's like the last episode.
All right, I'll keep an eye out for it.
You will know when because it is the only part in that series like there's a lot of gun violence towards the end as well, and you're just like, oh yeah, but this is the point where I just kind of went, oh that looks painful.
You expect that from Punisher though.
Yeah, and I expected more in Punisher Season 2, please. Please and thank you.
I want Daredevil Season 3 before Punisher Season 2.
No, we'll get it.
I know, but I just can't wait for Daredevil Season 3.
Yeah.
We need it.
I hope he goes back to being a lawyer a bit more, because I really like them.
Season 3 of Daredevil is Daredevil Reborn. You know, from the comics. So, yeah. What's Twitch?
He's going to be more religious as well, which is going to be a bit of a weird one, but I really want that priest to come back in.
His mom's going to be in it.
Like Charlie Cox's mother?
Yes and no. No. Daredevil's mother.
Oh, okay.
Because at the end they say Maggie.
Oh.
And she's a nun. He was with nuns. They said Maggie. Daredevil's mom is Maggie. Daredevil Reborn, the comic, he wakes up in a bed and his mom is beside him. So therefore, Maggie Murdoch will be. I don't know if her second name is Murdoch. Probably something different.
No, because it was his dad's name was Murdoch.
Yeah, no, and they split up. But she's going to be in Season 3.
Yeah, that's cool.
I want to see more. I want to see more of Foggy and Karen and Matt coming together more. You know?
I don't really like Karen, to be honest.
Do you know?
Yeah,
really?
She's just kind of weak.
I really like Foggy.
I really like Foggy.
Foggy's
see, Foggy's very like me though.
The hair.
Yeah, the hair, and doesn't really know what he's doing 100% of the time. Yeah. But also a badass and incredibly cute. Please come back.
Nope. It looks like we're more out of time.
Hell yeah. Another great PamfCast. No one will ever know what that means when you tell him.
Eventually we'll see.
Eventually.
Anyway.
Hopefully we get one out done before 2 weeks' time. Maybe next
Have a good week.
Yeah, it's been a good PamfCast.
Boom. Bam.
Oh.